Good evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Rick Boone. Thank you so much for being with us on this evening. Let's get a look at your first forecast right now with Grant.
Thank you, Rick, and good evening, everyone. Here's your first look at the North Central Washington weather forecast. Air moderate on the side today, but what we're really talking about as we move forward, and we did mention this last night, a chance for thunderstorms tomorrow. This will mainly be in the afternoon into our evening hours. Here we are in Wenatchee. That is a 20% chance just for a thunderstorm. We do have about a 60% chance for showers on Wednesday, and we have more thunderstorm potential on Thursday and once again on Friday too, and we'll talk more about that in the weather segment a little bit later on. Rick?
Grant, thank you so much. We'll talk to you a little bit later. Now to an update on the Little Giant fire. Right now, only 2% contained. As of today, more than 122,000 acres burned. As for resources, 62 engines, 5 choppers, and 1,800 personnel working it. On Wednesday at 6 p.m., a community meeting scheduled on the Little Giant Fire Facebook page. And now to those personnel who are on the ground at the Little Giant Fire. Their reporter what they're seeing from their bird's eye view.
Yesterday, on the east side of the Little Giant Fire, hotshot crews conducted firing operations around structures in the 25-mile area near Lake Chelan. This firing operation proved to be successful at protecting these structures. Fire crews remain in the area today, patrolling for any flare-ups to make sure that these structures remain secure.
One of the staffers of the Little Giant Fire giving us their perspective on the front line. Now to the governor, who's talking about resources in his proclamation to keep medical services flowing during these fires.
Hospitals are facing staffing shortages as the local workforce is directly impacted by fires and evacuations. My proclamation waives the requirement that hospitals document and verify providers' clinical privileges. This temporary waiver will help facilities add and retain healthcare providers quickly during the emergency. Healthcare facilities, including hospitals, need to quickly stand up alternative care sites during emergencies. My proclamation waives state laws regarding the construction of new healthcare facilities in fire-impacted areas. In an emergency, hospitals need the flexibility to provide care at alternative sites. To add flexibility, my emergency proclamation waives the requirement that hospital licenses be only for the specific premises named in their original license application. My proclamation also waives a similar requirement for pharmacy licenses, allowing them to operate at alternative locations. My proclamation waives the requirement that pharmacies must display their licenses to further remove barriers providing medications to Washingtonians. And the proclamation waives restrictions on admissions and capacity limitations for adult family homes and assisted living facilities, and temporarily suspends certain paperwork requirements so that these facilities can focus on serving residents who have been displaced by the wildfires.
In other news tonight, a fundraiser set for an 18-year-old in Grant County killed over the weekend. A benefit car wash in Mattawa for Johnny Sanchez Mendoza is set for his family. It's from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. at 606 Lincoln Place Southwest in Mattawa. Now for a look at what led to his death, we go back to Nathan Eshelman's reporting of what happened over the weekend.
The Grant County Sheriff's Office has announced that an 18-year-old man has passed away from a car crash that happened in southern Grant County. It was announced on early Sunday morning when an 18-year-old Mattawa man died after falling in an irrigation canal in the Mattawa area. Johnny Sanchez Mendoza was driving a vehicle near the 7900 block of Wahluke Slope Road Southwest. The vehicle became stuck in a concrete canal chute, and as Sanchez and his passenger tried to push the vehicle free, he fell into the water and was swept away. His body was recovered about a half a mile away from the scene, and he was pronounced dead at the site. His body is in care of Coroner Craig Morrison, whose staff will conduct an autopsy. That'll do it here from Grant County. Reporting for NCWLIFE, Nathan Eshelman.
Well, the Chelan County Auditor is looking for a few volunteers for upcoming issues on your ballot here in Chelan County. Here's what he told us on who he's looking for.
Yeah, so when we have opportunities for bonds or levies or those types of elections, that come up on the ballot, there's an opportunity for pro and con committees to form and for statements to come from those. So we have a couple of different of those elections coming up in November. We're already planning for November. And so Kashmir has a levy lid lift on their ballot. And then the Wenatchee School District is putting a bond out for vote. And the Kashmir levy lid lift does not have a pro or a con committee. And then the Wenatchee School District bond does have a pro committee, but it doesn't have a con committee. So we're reaching out. It's actually the job of those proponents that put those out to the ballot to us to field those. But if they can't do it, then the legislature requires us to take one more opportunity, one more stab at it, to reach out to the public that are in those jurisdictions to offer them the ability to be on those committees.
And what would they do as a volunteer on these committees?
Sure. So it's as simple as it could be a couple of people that are voters within that jurisdiction that feel really strongly for or against that that proposal, and they would put themselves down as part of that committee, and then they would write a statement supporting whatever side they are on. It does require at least one person be named, so sometimes folks go, I don't know if I want to be put out there in the public, but that is one of the requirements of it.
How do you sign up?
You can contact our office here at the County Auditor's Office, and we can give you more details, but essentially we need to have the committee formed and the statement submitted to us by 5 p.m. on Friday.
And for the latest numbers on the primary election, they are still coming in. Check out our website to check out those latest numbers. Updated today, matter of fact. Check out WenatcheeWorld.com and NCWLIFE.com. An abandoned boat in the water off Owen Beach in Tacoma. A police marine services unit found the cats and kittens living in unsafe conditions. Tacoma police coordinated with animal control to safely rescue every animal from the boat. Police tell us that many of the cats were frightened and malnourished, but should be okay. The big question, why were 30 cats lost on a boat? Police are still investigating for answers. Well, if you're looking to adopt a pet, we just may have one in mind for you. Here's this week Pet of the Week.
Look at that face. Look at it. Dawson is our 3-year-old mixed breed. He's kind of a big boy. He came to us about 6 weeks ago as a stray. And so we don't know that much about his history, but we do know that he is a healthy boy and he's really, really, really good with people. And also fantastic with kids. He's a favorite of our volunteer coordinator, Take on special events. She does a lot of kid-based events, and he is her favorite to take. He knows a lot of tricks. He knows his sit and his down and his stay. He's working on shake, but that shouldn't be too much for this smart boy. Yeah, really treat motivated, which also helps. He's great with other dogs. He goes to our play group. He does appreciate a more polite dog because he's a polite dog himself. They can come to our shelter any day from 12:30 to 6, and we would absolutely love to introduce them.
Still ahead on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Hey, Cade, what's up in sports?
Hey, sports fans, I'm Cade Calvin. Coming up later on in the show in sports, we check in with Nathan Eshelman, who's going to talk about the Wenatchee Apple Sox. We'll highlight the Seattle Storm's first win in quite a while, and we'll take a look back at this day in sports history. That's all still to come as part of the NCWLIFE Sports Block.
Thanks so much there, Cade. And also, Grant will be back with us in just a few moments with a look at your full forecast. We are back with more of NCWLIFE Evening News. Thank you so much for being with us.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Tuesday. Air wasn't quite as bad as I thought it might get today. We stayed in the moderate category today. And boy, what a beautiful shot from our Tumwater Tower camera looking down at our friends up in the beautiful Bavarian town of Leavenworth. And you can see just a little bit of haze along the mountaintops. But I'll tell you what, if you travel north on Highway 97, Entiat into Chelan, air much worse this afternoon, so we kind of lucked out here in the Wenatchee Valley. I'll tell you what, there is a little bit of a storm system moving through tomorrow, and we have potential for thunderstorms, and we really don't want to see any lightning, and there is that isolated scattered chance that we could see some thunderstorms with lightning, also gusty winds and brief heavy rain. About a 20% chance of thunderstorms, not just on Wednesday, but also Thursday and Friday as we work our way through the week, and we'll talk more about that coming up. But today, almost carbon copy of yesterday as far as temperature goes, 90 unofficially. 88 is where we should be for this time of year, and our record high, 104, set in 1971. 66 this morning, 62 our normal low, and 53 our record low, set in 2008. Sun came up 5:52 this morning and sets tonight at 8:19. All right, getting you into that Wednesday forecast now. Big cool down in temperatures. We're going to start off the day with smoke and haze, and then as that trough slides across British Columbia and Alberta, that's when we'll see the chance for thunderstorms. So that'll keep our temperatures down a little bit. 87 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 86 Wenatchee, 86 in Chelan, and 84 the high temperature tomorrow up in Leavenworth. All right, tonight we do expect widespread haze once again around our area, especially here in central Washington and up north around Omak, as I mentioned, Chelan, Entiat. We'll see breezy conditions tonight, so that may clear us out a little bit. Lower 60s for low temperatures. And then on Wednesday, here is that little trough of low pressure and this area of low pressure to our south. And look at all of the thunderstorm activity, especially in the northern tier of Washington tomorrow. We have a 60% chance of showers, highs in the mid-80s for Thursday. Kind of the same scenario right along the Cascades for Thursday. So we'll throw about a 40% chance for showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for Thursday. Going to stay slightly below normal for temperatures into the mid-80s. And then as we end our work week on Friday, partly cloudy skies. Not much change in our weather pattern. Still those pesky showers and thunderstorms along the Cascades. A little warmer for Friday too. Highs in the mid to upper 80s to end our week. And then this weekend, boy, it looks nice. Mostly sunny skies on Saturday. A ridge extending all the way up into British Columbia. Will warm up a little bit Saturday too, topping off around 90 degrees on Saturday. For Sunday, high clouds out there, and you can see that pretty much all over the west coast for Sunday. But it won't stop our temperatures from warming up even a little bit more Sunday with highs in the low 90s. And then as we kick off our next work week on Monday, steady as she goes as far as the forecast goes. High clouds out there and warm with high temperatures right around 90. All right, time now for your 7-day forecast. 63 overnight tonight, and then that cool down along with these chances for showers on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're keeping our fingers crossed that we don't see lightning, but some shower activity sure would be nice. 86 Wednesday, 85 Thursday, and 87 the high on Friday. For Saturday, mostly sunny and 90. We'll continue with that beautiful weather on Sunday at 92. High clouds on Monday with a high temperature then of 90 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Cade Calvin and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Slide and surf all summer long. Soundwave Saturdays, more than a surf park, it's the summer scene. Grab a drink and enjoy live music every Saturday in July and August. Slide Waters in Lake Chelan. Don't miss it.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Welcome back in, everyone. Let's talk some sports for a few minutes now. I'm Cade Calvin, and we're going to start off today by sending over to Nathan Eshelman, who's going to lead us off from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium to talk about the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Nathan?
Thank you so much, Cade. And, here we are on deck. It is Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, the home for where the North Division Championship will take place here on Tuesday night when the Wenatchee Apple Sox take on the Bellingham Bells in what should be sweet revenge for Wenatchee. The Wenatchee Apple Sox have had a mightily successful season, and they've taken that success into the postseason as well. The Apple Sox in the first round of the West Coast League playoffs took on the Kelowna Falcons, and the Apple Sox handed business, winning both of the games played, with their final game being played on Saturday, August 8th in a 8-3 victory. Now the Apple Sox will have to go up against the Bellingham Bells, who's a bitter rival for the Apple Sox in the West Coast League. In the 2025 West Coast League North Division first round playoffs, the Bells defeated the Apple Sox 2-1 in a hard-fought 3-game series, when Bellingham claimed the series finale in a 4-3 10th inning walk-off win on August 10th of 2025. Now, 1 year and 1 day later, they are matching up in the North Division Championship. The Apple Sox have so many stars from this season that'll be looking to propel them to a victory. Sox fans, they'll be looking to pitcher Mitch Haythorne to try to deliver another classic. In the first round against the Kelowna Falcons, Mitch Haythorne pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 0 earned runs, and 6 strikeouts. His dominance is shared all around as well, with other stars like Kanoa Morisaki and Jonas Shields looking to bring the bat and to bring some heat to the Bellingham Bells. It is a 1-game winner-takes-all elimination match. So no matter what on Tuesday night, a team will look to the sky for for their last time this season. First pitch is scheduled for 6:35 at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. That'll do it here from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Make sure to get yourself to the ballpark, as it could be one of the biggest games of the season for Wenatchee. Reporting for NCWLIFE, Nathan Eshelman.
All right, thanks, Nathan. Now we'll hit the hardwood for last night's Seattle Storm versus Chicago Sky matchup.
The Seattle Storm are finally back in the win column, snapping an 11-game losing streak with a 97-88 win over the Chicago Sky Monday night. Dominique Malunga led the way with 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks, while Natisha Hedeman added 18 points and 9 assists. Seattle led by 14 at halftime, but Chicago fought back to within 2 late in the fourth quarter. Zia Cook then knocked down a huge corner 3 to help the Storm pull away. The dub was Seattle's first win since July 6th, improving the Storm to 7-28 on the season. They'll look to make it 2 straight on Friday night when they host the Portland Fire. And on the local ice, a familiar face is returning to the Wenatchee Wild as Aaron Branham rejoins the club as its strength and conditioning coach. Branham previously spent 9 seasons in the same role during the Wild's time in the NAHL and BCHL, and now returns after more than 6 years away. He brings more than 25 years of health, fitness, and performance training experience, and will also help establish a dedicated training facility at Town Toyota Center. Branham most recently developed and led the strength, speed, and agility program for Wenatchee High School baseball, and for the past decade, he's also served as a strength coach for Kashmir High School basketball legend, Olympic medalist, and WNBA player Haley Van Lith. America's team is spending some money. The Dallas Cowboys are making a big investment in the middle of their defense, agreeing to a 3-year, $105.9 million extension with defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. The deal includes $101 million fully guaranteed and will keep the 28-year-old under contract through 2030. Williams' $35.3 million annual average is the second highest among NFL defensive tackles, trailing only the Philadelphia Eagles' Jalen Carter. Lots of money inside the NFC East division, folks. Dallas acquired Williams from the New York Jets during last season, using one of the first-round picks the Cowboys received in the blockbuster Micah Parsons trade. Williams was an All-Pro with the Jets in 2022, and Dallas is counting on him as a centerpiece of its overhauled defense. All right, it's time once again to fire up the sports time machine and take a look back at this day in sports history. On this day in sports history, August 11th, 1984, Carl Lewis put the finishing touches on one of the greatest individual Olympic performances of all time. At the Los Angeles Games, Lewis anchored the United States 4x100-meter relay team, joining Sam Grotti, Ron Brown, and Calvin Smith. The Americans didn't just win gold, they crossed the line in 37.83 seconds, breaking their own world record, the only track and field world record set at the 1984 Olympics. The victory gave Lewis his 4th gold medal of the Games, after he had already won the 100 meters, 200 meters, and the long jump. In doing so, Lewis matched the same 4-event gold medal sweep that Jesse Owens accomplished at the 1936 Berlin Olympics, a feat that had stood unmatched for 48 years. And Lewis wasn't done making Olympic history either, folks. He would eventually finish his career with 9 Olympic gold medals, but on August 11th, 1984, he completed the performance that put him alongside Jesse Owens in track and field history forever.
Alrighty, that's going to do it for sports this time. I'm Cade Calvin reporting for NCWLIFE.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Welcome back, everybody. Now let's get one more look at your forecast with Grant.
All right, thank you, Rick. One last check of your weather now. 86 degrees, our high tomorrow. A 60% chance of showers, maybe a thunderstorm. That will continue Thursday into Friday. Our highs will stay in the mid-80s to end our week. And then as we get you into the weekend, boy, a nice weekend ahead with a mix of clouds and sun at high temperatures around 90 to 92 degrees. Rick?
Well, one Wenatchee artist is taking a little ride, going from one location to another one with a big salute. Our Josie Meets has the story.
Josie Meets with NCWLIFE in the Wenatchee world. Some of you may remember the Labyrinth that existed in Riverfront Park that was removed due to the reimagining of Riverfront Park. Well, today it finds home at Chase Park in Wenatchee.
We collected all the bricks. These are all the original bricks from down at the river. We brought them out to our Public Works building, and they've been there for the last couple of years. 2025, we were going to install the Labyrinth back here at the park, but ran out of time. So a lot of work happened out here. The way the universe works, it's kind of a crazy thing. We were out here laying out the Labyrinth, and I got an email from Katie who said, hey, we were just kind of wondering whatever happened with the Labyrinth down on the river. And we said, well, as a matter of fact, we're laying it out in the park right now as we speak. Found out through Katie that Ada's sister lived right across the street in the house right over there. So it's just like it was meant to be. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Katie and let her say a few words as well.
Ada Riley is one of the most incredible humans I have ever known and will ever know. And this was her project. This was her baby. This was her gift to the community. At 72 years old, she got down on her hands and knees and she created a labyrinth for the community. She bought the bricks herself. She donated the project, and it was used. It was loved. And honestly, it was heartbreaking when it went away, because we did not know that the bricks were saved. We did not know the plans for the Labyrinth at Chase Park. But when I reached out to Dave, all of our hopes came back alive again. And we cannot thank the Parks Department enough for saving not only the bricks, but the art, the idea, the belief. At 72, she did the methods of the ancient peoples. Down on her hands and knees, I came out and I watched crews of 4 rotating people using equipment to do this. Not to bash the Parks Department, it's to lift up someone who did it on her own in 30 days. So, Mimi, thank you for your art contributions.
Well, this is just overwhelming. And I'm just so happy to see it. It looks so beautiful, the way it's been put in. I don't know, there's something in me that likes creation of structure of some kind in the ground. I like to do it, I like to walk it, and I like to see other people do it too. So thank you all for coming.
We're honored.
Thank you for what you've given us, and I think it's important that, I think it's kind of neat that we have little kids here, and if it's okay when we lay the bricks, I think it's important also to have pictures of the little of children, because that's why we do everything, right? For Inspire. So if that's okay with you, that's what I would like to do. Is that all right?
Whatever you
and maybe the group of the whole family, or whatever you decide. So I don't want to step on your words, because your words are way more powerful than mine today. So I appreciate what you've done and what you're doing to our community for the future of our generation. So thank you.
That wraps up this edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Rick Boone, and be sure to check out news in your world on WenatcheeWorld.com, updating that website with news that's important to you in your life on WenatcheeWorld.com. We'll see you back here again next time on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Be sure to take care of yourself, everybody.